I wouldn't say morale surrounding Dokkan is at an all-time low, but it's definitely, it's definitely in the gutter. Could be a little bit lower, right? But I think a contributing factor to that is the whole, ninth year anniversary expectations with Global Dokkan, and how global is not looking exciting at all for the first few months of 2024, which has prompted me to make this video here talking about the ninth year anniversary. I would love for you to let me know, what do you think would be a hype ninth year anniversary that could reignite the hype in the game and even get global players to be excited? Because remember, anniversary for global is in July, and the last time I remember being super excited, extremely excited for an anniversary, being a global player, I believe was the 5th year anniversary. Like the 6th year anniversary was really hype, of course, but LRAGL UI was just so much better than Vegeta. I just cared about UI Goku, and even at that point, he was definitely he already aged slightly, but he's definitely a monster when he released. The 7th year anniversary was of course extremely hype, but I don't think anything has touched the hype of the 5th year, and I think we need something like that in order to reignite and bring morale back to the game. And a lot of people are pointing towards Beast Gohan and UI Goku, which are definite. It's a possibility, but I'm gonna talk about why unfortunately that wouldn't make much sense. And again, it's not like I'm telling you it's not going to happen. Dokkan can at the end of the day, they can just do and change whatever they want. Patterns don't really mean anything. They can do whatever they want, right? But I think for them to reignite the hype, we need to see, undoubtedly a Beast Gohan. A Beast Gohan, if we have no Beast Gohan for 9th year anniversary, I definitely think there will be some disappointment, especially how almost every Dragon Ball game has this guy in the game as playable. The Legends has 2 of him. Wait, is it 2 or 3? Yeah, no, it's 2 of him that are playable now. Like, we are waiting, right? We are waiting. I will also say thank you again for the recent support. Consider subscribing if you are new, because that's the only way that we are going to achieve our goals of hitting 100K by the end of the year. Whatever you want to do, whether it's now or later, it's up to you. I appreciate you. Let's continue with the video. So I'm going to show you what a lot of people want for anniversary, but what I specifically I've made some anniversary concepts here and there, but I think one of the most hype things that we could see, right, is a part 1 Beast and Cell Max, which I know the issue you're already thinking of. I'm going to mention it in just 1 second, but I would love a Beast Gohan and Cell Max for part 1, and then Carnival, Super Saiyan 2, and Perfect Cell, as part 2. The issue with this already is that they have not done a super and extreme class headliners, like part 1 headliners, since the 1st year anniversary, right, with Gogeta and Janemba. So already this rules out the possibility of, I think this would be a really, really hype celebration. This might be the most hype part 2 ever, right? Because we know Super Saiyan 2 Gohan sells, right? And we know Beast Gohan sells. So I think if they wanted to switch the script and actually introduce Cell Max, or I guess any extreme class character in part 1, this would be the time to do it. I think this would definitely be the most successful they could ever get an anniversary without including Vegeta or Goku. Like, what other combination of characters besides Vegeta and Goku, without, or I guess excluding Vegeta and Goku, could you create that would be hyper than this? And again, I'm not saying that my idea is superior, because this is something that a lot of people have been asking for, whether you want this part 1 and this part 2. Like, I'm not claiming this is my idea. I just think that personally there's no other combination of characters that you can put together for part 1 and part 2 that would be more hype overall than Beast and Cell Max part 1, especially if these two were like movie hero. Actually, it would be really cool if this is part 1, because then we'd have these two as Carnival LRs that gave 200% to both movie bosses and movie heroes. That would be insane. But I definitely think this would be part 1, and this would be part 2. It also helped because Beast Gohan needs a standalone playable card. Like, that the fact that he doesn't have one is incredibly insane. But again, because Super Class and Extreme Class haven't been together as the headliners in part 1 in a while, I just don't think it's possible. So a lot of people are thinking, okay, what if we get a Beast Gohan, right? But the other headliner is Goku, right? 2 white-haired Saiyans, right? Father and son. It does sound great on the surface. The only issue is that when you look at every anniversary, there's always been a balance, right, between both of the headliners. So if you have Gogeta, you have Vegito. And people will definitely argue, okay, what about 7th year anniversary? Well, the theme was Goku and Vegeta, who just happened to fuse into Gogeta. One was Super Saiyan 4, the other one was just an active skill. It's not the same. People who love Vegeta will say that's a double Gogeta celebration, which I understand, but it's a Goku and Vegeta celebration, right? So I'm not hating on you for thinking like that. I'm just telling you it's Goku and Vegeta celebration, and they just fuse to make the cards more hype. But that's besides the point. If it's AGL UI or if it's UI Goku, it's Vegeta, right? If it's Goku here, it's Vegeta here. If it's Gogeta, it's Janemba, right? There's always a balance. There is no balance between Goku and Gohan. Because it's, again, Goku's counterpart is Vegeta, right? Gohan's counterpart is what? Trunks? Cell? Right? I would say I'd say Trunks because Trunks is Vegeta's son, like Gohan is Goku's son, right? That's the balance there. But when you think of Gohan, you think of Cell, especially with the new movie, either Cell Max or Perfect Cell. So there is like the synergy isn't the same. Which means that if they were to drop these two, could it, like, what would be the part, like, would part 2 be Vegeta? There's no way they're just gonna buff Goku's family throughout the entire anniversary, right? So, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So then the other option is, okay, what if we did this, right? Beast Gohan, this would be insane. If they had a UI Goku and Beast Gohan, this would be insane. But I'm telling you right now, before you comment and say, Mr. Baby, what you're thinking is ridiculous, I agree that even though I would love to see this, I think the probability of us getting a what if Beast Gohan before a standalone Beast Gohan is very like, there's no way that happened. Again, let me take away the no way. It's definitely possible, right? Seeing a playable Beast Gohan in the game would be hype no matter what, but I think Beast Gohan will arrive to the game as a solo character before we even talk about him being, or him joining forces with any other character or any other what if scenario. Like, I just don't see that. I see Beast Gohan coming to the game solo playable first before anything like this happens. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this would be 100% one of the most hyped things Dokkan has ever released. But then the issue comes, what the heck would be part 2? Sorry, what would be, if this was one unit, what would be the other headlining character? And immediately you think of what? Vegeta and Trunks. There's 2 issues with that. A, Vegeta and Trunks already exist as a character, right? And B, if you look at this here, this is Goku and Vegeta, or sorry, Goku and Gohan at their highest levels of power. Obviously, I know Goku and the whole Granola arc can, combine this and that. Like, I'm talking about in terms of, like, anime, like, what we've seen. So, this is Beast Gohan, his, full power Gohan. And this is Ultra Instinct Goku, Goku's highest form. So, Vegeta, these two, right, already have a character. Vegeta's highest form is Evolution Blue, not including Ultra Ego, right? Because, we're not going to get that. So, Evolution Blue Vegeta would be Vegeta's highest form. What's Trunks' highest form? Like that Rage form that he, had in Future. So would this end up being like a Tournament of Power and Future Saga combination? That doesn't make much sense, right? Again, they could definitely include an Evolution Blue Vegeta with a Trunks. But that's never happened. Like, and again, I know that Dokkan can do what if here and what if there. Like, if this can happen, so can this. So I understand that. But this is definitely more of a seamless integration of characters than this is, especially when you consider that we already have this LR. We already have a Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks. That character already exists from the Future Saga. So if it's not future, like, but what would you call it? Again, I don't know. I have no idea. It makes the part 2 look really, I don't know, because are we gonna get a repeat character? Like, are they just gonna make Trunks blue, or like, what are they gonna do? I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of, I don't think this is definitely going to be a possibility at all. And then here comes a concept I made yesterday on Twitter. I'm not going to go through the entire concept with you. I made a part 1, part 2. You can check it out on Twitter if you want, but I'm just going to show you the part 1 because I think the headliners here make sense. Okay. Again, I'm not saying this is going to be super realistic because, like I mentioned before, I don't think Beast Gohan comes to the game as a joined forces or what if character before Beast Gohan comes to the game solo by himself. So I'm already telling you that. But if you had to ask me what would be the best way to include UI Goku and Beast Gohan, it would be this right here. So it's a dual Dokkan festival, or the Goku side is paired up with Vegeta, so Blue Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, 2 of their highest powers. And the other side, and so basically it would be tournament participants, right? Would be one half of the, I guess, theme. And the other half of the theme would be movie heroes, where you have Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. So I guess I say movie heroes, but it could just be movies. So movies one side and TOP the other side. That way you have UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, but you also have Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. So this to me makes the most sense. Don't forget the leader skills. If you think they're bad, they're great, whatever, like, it's fine. You can give me your opinion on that. I'm not really here for that. This is just a concept I make because it's something that I would personally like to see. It could be broken, it could be weak. I don't really know. But the point is that, like, how do you think this would be enough to restore hype in the anniversary? Part 2. I think for part 2 I did something like LR hit, and like for the TOP side. And who did I do for the movie side? Oh, I did Cell Max. For TOP, you know, another option could definitely be like, you know, Jiren and like a Topo and Jiren card, right? Again, it doesn't really matter, but whatever headlines the anniversary has to be like, I think there's more pressure on this anniversary than there has been on any anniversary, because imagine global, this anniversary is mid in terms of the characters, in terms of the animations, in terms of just how the kits and everything. It's gonna be a down bad year for global has nothing to look forward to until, you know, mid to late March, and then Golden Week, and then we skip the anniversary to go to what, Worldwide, and then it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. But if you had to ask me, what I personally want to see is this and this, right? I mean, that's just, come on now. But if you also had to ask me, okay, be realistic with Super and Extreme Class, in terms of double Super for part 1 and maybe double Extreme or whatever the case is for part 2, but part 1 being double Super Class, of course, then, you know, this is definitely something that I would pick here. I mean, this is, what else could you release that's gonna keep and have everyone excited? Because if you genuinely enjoy Dragon Ball, and you know you watch Dragon Ball here and you consume a lot of Dragon Ball media, I think you're going to guaranteed be hyped for one of these characters. Like, unless you're just like a hater overall, right? Like, I don't know. I think this is definitely a really hype. If this is the card art, could you know how clean this art looks right here? Like, I don't know who drew this, but this is insane. And then yeah, so just, you know, let me know what you think. I think doing a TOP/movies theme is great because you get to buff a lot of movies characters and easy A's for movie characters. Like, I don't know, LR Turles, Broly, Chi Lion, Lemo. Especially if the theme is movies and TOP. And then TOP, we get to see things like maybe transforming LR Jiren, you know, LR Hit. I put the Trio to Danger here as the banner unit. You can also see things like, I don't know, an LR Kefla for part 2. Definitely another hype option there. And then EZAs could include Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, or Evolution Blue Goku and, yeah, Kaioken Blue Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, jeez. LRSTR UI Goku. Of course, the 6th year anniversaries, you know, are getting EZA. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. Whatever the anniversary does, it has to be up there, or else, you know, we're gonna be even more in the gutter. I would say at that point we might be, if the anniversary is just mid choices and mid kits and everything, you know. But again, when do they ever really truly disappoint with the anniversary? I mean, sometimes the character choice isn't the best, but the units end up being either number 1 or number 2, or maybe even number 3. So let me know what you think. Hopefully enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.